Joining us now is Senior Advisor for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Rich Goldberg. He also served on the National Security Council from 2019 to 2020. Great to see you, Rich. You know, some really eerie similarities here when we talk about these cases. Both men in the military serving on the same base, both using rented trucks from the Turo app. Yet authorities say there's no link between the two. What do you make of that assessment? Coincidence?
Coincidences do happen, and all we have to go on at the moment is our law enforcement and their ongoing investigation and exploitation of all the equipment, the computers, the text messages, anything they can find out from associates and family and friends. And so if that is the current understanding, that's what we have to go on here. But I think we should focus more on New Orleans, because if Las Vegas was some sort of a disgruntled person who had broken up with his wife or girlfriend and had taken this sort of measure, it does seem quite different from somebody who had radicalized, had been inspired by ISIS, maybe was in touch online with ISIS in some way, maybe had radicalized at his local mosque and a social network. And how those red flags went unchecked by the FBI all this time. How many others are out there? We obviously had a case just before the election in Chicago of somebody who appeared to have radicalized and shot an Orthodox Jew on his way to synagogue. Now that individual did not die, and it did not get as much press attention, but that was a terrorist attack as well. We have no information on how that individual radicalized. So I do think we have a radicalization problem in this country right now, and we need to get a handle on it.
Yeah, certainly. You know, I thought it was notable also that right after the attack in New Orleans, the FBI said they believe the suspect did not act alone. That was yesterday at a press conference. Before, they said they believed he did act in concert with others. You know, I know there was this back and forth regarding the IEDs. It sounds like some people who encountered them may have been confused with intentionally planting or moving them. But what does that overall reversal tell you about the investigation overall and how quickly it may still be moving?
Well, in many cases, you don't hear anything from the FBI up front, and that causes a lot of criticism. That's what we saw in Chicago. After the FBI never spoke, and has never spoken to date that I know of, about the incident in Chicago. They all try to sort of sweep it under the rug. New Orleans was different. Just the scope, the size, the location, New Year's Eve, press attention forced people into the mics very quickly. And it was a disaster of a press conference, I think, that everybody saw, where they really did not know what they were talking about and had a confused leadership down there in New Orleans. And so over time, you start learning information. Those who are actually professionals investigating start getting through the facts, eyewitness reports start getting corroborated. Or those that are not verified, you start figuring out what is fact and fiction from what people's perceptions are versus reality, and you start putting together a bigger picture. It doesn't mean that we don't have a major problem here, that somebody like this went unchecked, unknown for weeks upon weeks, radicalizing, all the red flags not being caught, and the possibility that we don't know who else is radicalizing, whether it's online, in their mosques, or elsewhere.
Yeah, and motives in both of these cases, still big question marks. Rich Goldberg, thank you for weighing in.
You bet.